The SafePal X1 is currently the cheapest cold wallet on the market at just $29, but what's the catch? There's got to be a catch. Well, there is, sort of. Its normal price is $69, but SafePal actually gave me a discount code that gets you $40 off the X1. But even then, I'm curious how they can offer this wallet and still make money when it's only $30. And then I wonder, well, is it even secure? And is it a good product? Well, that's exactly what we're going to look at in this video. So I've been using the X1 for about 6 months now. I got it shortly after it was released in late 2023, and it's actually marketed as SafePal's first fully open source Bluetooth cold wallet. Now, the design is fairly cheap. If you're old school like me, then you agree that it looks exactly like an old school calculator. The housing is made entirely of ABS and PVC plastics, which is fine, but my point is that it's not fancy by any means. Something worth noting is that it has 12 mechanical buttons to navigate the entire device, so unless you're using a touchscreen cold wallet, most cold wallets on the market only have 2 to 4 buttons, which makes doing simple tasks like entering your seed phrase or your PIN kind of a pain in the ass. So with the 12 numerical keys, it's actually a lot easier and much quicker to do simple things. The screen is pretty small. It's a 1.8-inch monochrome screen, which means it's only one color, which is a light bluish color, but the text is still large enough for me to read it fine, and I have pretty bad eyesight, so that's saying something. Also, the screen has 3 brightness settings, so if you need to lower or increase the brightness for better visibility, you can do that. So again, it's nothing fancy, but it does the job. That said, I really like the overall design of the X1, and not because it has a bunch of features, but rather because it lacks a bunch of features. So it has everything you need and really everything you don't need, which makes for a more user-friendly experience, especially if you're new to using cold wallets. And let's be honest, considering this thing looks like a 1990s calculator, no one is going to guess that it's a crypto wallet. And even though it's a cheaper design, SafePal has taken what could be considered a negative and turned it into a positive, at least in my opinion. Moving on to the internals of the X1, it uses Bluetooth 5.0, which is the latest and greatest version of Bluetooth that has several advantages. It can transfer more data a lot quicker. It has a longer range, about 800 feet. And it has a lower power consumption versus other Bluetooths, which is a good thing because the X1 only comes with a 200 mAh battery, which is definitely a small battery. That said, it'll last about 3 hours on a full charge, assuming you're using it nonstop. And if you store it with the power off, it'll last, I don't know, at least a few weeks, maybe even a few months on a full charge. The Bluetooth functionality is actually one of the main features of the X1 and is one of the reasons why it's so easy to use. So using your Bluetooth and your X1 along with the SafePal app, it's compatible with not only iOS and Android mobile devices, but also with desktop devices using Chrome, Edge, and Brave browsers. This means you can easily perform transactions with your wallet. Of course, if you don't want to use a Bluetooth function, you don't have to. You can actually disable Bluetooth in the settings on your X1 device, and then you can use the included USB-C cable to transact instead. All right, so one of the main questions I've been seeing a lot is if they can offer the X1 for so cheap, then can it really be that secure? And I think it's a great question that we should definitely talk about. So this wallet actually has more security features than I expected to find on a $30 hardware wallet. As I mentioned earlier, SafePal markets this wallet as the first open source Bluetooth hardware wallet that they offer, which is true with one little white lie. So major parts of the code are open source and viewable on GitHub. This includes code used for the Bluetooth interaction and for essential functions like the signatures and approval of smart contracts, private key generation, and storage for the X1. Basically, everything users care about is going to be open source. However, there is one aspect of the X1 that is not open source, which has to do with the EAL5 Plus secure element chip, which is used to store and protect your private key. Basically, it's one of the best chips that you can use in a hardware wallet. So this isn't abnormal by any means, but if you aren't aware of it, then you might assume everything about the X1 and other hardware wallets that claim to be 100% open source is 100% open source. Nonetheless, everything that is important to most users is open source, at least with the X1 wallet. Along with this mainly open source firmware and secure element chip, the X1 also has multiple layers of security sensors built in, which means if someone were to try to open up your wallet or compromise it in any way, the sensors would detect that and the self-destruct mechanism would erase all the data from your wallet, leaving the hacker with nada. It also has some of the more desirable security features such as PIN protection, along with the hidden wallet option, aka passphrase, aka 13th and 25th word seed phrase option if you're interested in using those security features. But surely the X1 doesn't have the best coin support, right? Well, actually it has some of the best coin support out of any cold wallet on the market. It supports tens of thousands of coins and tokens, including NFTs, across 100 different blockchain networks. Also, something really impressive about the X1 and really just all SafePal wallets is the SafePal app, which you use in conjunction with your hardware wallet to manage your crypto. You can add coins to a favorites list to keep track of how they're performing, for example. You can swap certain coins directly in the app, and you can even stake coins using the app. Plus, there's a dApp section with suggested dApps and an in-app browser. It's by far one of the easiest hardware wallet apps to use, right next to OneKey wallets. So if you're a beginner to cold wallets, then I definitely recommend the X1. And even if you're a more advanced crypto user, then you're going to enjoy all the additional security features that it offers. But the question still remains, why is it so cheap? First off, remember, this wallet is not actually $30. It's normally $70, but with this discount code, you get $40 off, making it $30. Of course, this code isn't going to last forever. I'm not sure how long it will last. Hopefully it will last a while, because once they take the code away, I'm going to have to change the title and the thumbnail of this video just so that it's not misleading. But for now, it's one of the best. Actually, it is the best deal on the market. And considering the X1 has a relatively cheap design and it's made entirely of plastic, it doesn't have any of the bells and whistles, I think SafePal is still able to make money even when they're offering it for only $30. Now, when I asked SafePal why they were offering $40 off the X1, this is literally what they said. We want to promote asset security, and the X1 is our new product because it's too much for a Ledger or Trezor. Okay, am I the only one who thinks that's some shots fired at SafePal's competitors? Realistically though, Ledger and Trezor, two of the most popular hardware wallet manufacturers in the game, could probably lower the price of their wallets and still make money if they wanted to, but they don't have to because they're the top dogs. But ultimately, for now, you're getting a $70 wallet for $30, so definitely take advantage of that. But even if you're using the most secure cold wallet in the world and you don't know these 13 cold wallet tips, you could still make a mistake and end up losing all of your crypto. So definitely check out that video next. I'll see you there. Peace.